So Kannur district seems to be a hot spot for communal killings, especially Hindus, with regular death of BJP workers who are getting killed by CPM goons. So armed with matches who are beheading Hindus here. Why has Kannur become such a prominent name across India with regard to these kind of killings?
Kannur is the stronghold of Communist Party of India Marxist, CPIM. CPIM is very an exclusivist ideology. That means they won't allow others to enter into their areas. There are party villages where a congressman or for that matter an RSS man cannot even enter. There are several party villages like that. So whenever somebody comes in, they sort of liquidate them and create fear psychosis among their rivals, so that they don't dare to work in these areas. So this has been happening for long. The most of the political killings have taken place in Kannur district, because the CPM itself has sort of given shape to a group or gang whose only work was to indulge in such murders and things like that, and that too very brutal murders were committed. For instance, TP Chandrasekharan, he was a CPM leader, but he was upset with the corruption in the CPM. So he formed another party called RMP. In few months, the CPM killed him, and his face had around 52 cut. His whole body was disfigured, his face was disfigured, and there was he was killed in a brutal manner. And not only that, some time back, one Muslim boy, he was killed in a Talibanistic style. Why? Because he was one of the participants in a demonstration or something like that, and they stopped the vehicle of some prominent CPM leader. For that, he was called in, and in the midst of, he was brutally killed in a kangaroo court. After a kangaroo court verdict, he was brutally killed. There are a lot of such, and not only RSS workers, not only BJP workers, the Congress workers. Right now in Neeleshwaram, two boys belonging to very poor families, and also they were Congress workers, they were brutally killed, and that is happening because of this kind of criminalization of politics, which we had witnessed in West Bengal when the CPM was in power, and they have in other districts they couldn't do that, but in Kannur, since it is their stronghold, they could manage that.
Sir, it seems that even the church doesn't want to be left out with regard to conversion and brainwashing people in Kerala. During the time of recent floods, missionaries always appear in the world, during a crisis. Church seems to arrive with help and Bibles at the same time. You cannot get help if you don't take Bible as well. So, sir, tell us a little bit about the kind of conversion help that the church seems to be practice.
We must understand one thing, that there are mainstream churches and sectarian churches, small churches. One individual starts one church, and mostly such sectarian churches are funded by foreign agencies. They have their own agenda. They indulge in large scale conversions, and they convert even the mainstream church Christians also. Mainstream churches don't normally indulge in conversion activities nowadays. Earlier they used to do, but nowadays they don't do. But the main threat comes from these kinds of sectarian churches, and they sort of give money to people. They target lower castes and impoverished people, and give them money, rice, and even I was told that people were converted just by giving samosas.
Oh.
In some places, not in Kerala, but Kerala you need to pay more.
Yeah.
So that is happening, but conversion, that even the mainstream churches are also worried about this trend. Because why I am saying this, because many mainstream churches, they are seeing that their numbers are declining. These mainstream churches, they are very aggressive. They go and pay money, whatever, and they take followers, and they go to jails also, prisons also, and they convert people, and they give all help and then convert. Such things are happening. But mainstream churches like Catholic Church, or for that matter many other churches, and there are churches which don't believe in conversion also. So unless we understand the church also, we will not be able to make such a sweeping comments, because many churches don't believe in conversion also. But sectarian churches indulge in aggressive conversion activities, and that is very dangerous for the country. Not only in Kerala, you can say that almost it has reached a saturation level, but Kerala, what is happening is people are brought into Kerala, are given training. Nepalis are brought to Kerala, and they are given training for conversion activities back home. So that kind of activities, lot of such kind of activities are taking place. There are churches which has got 50,000 missionaries working in other parts of the country. So it is not Kerala, because other parts of the country now these kinds of activities are gaining pace.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Catholic churches. And James Arthile is trying to intimidate nuns who are rape victim, and key eyewitness is not revealing their statements against key bishops. Sir, what is really going on in this case, and what has happened here?
In the recent times, we come across a lot of news reports that bishops indulging in sexual atrocities against nuns. And nuns are, even many nuns, former nuns, have themselves written their autobiographies and all, or books, and they say that they are being treated as sex slaves. So for the first time there was an opposition to these kinds of activities. You must be aware of Bishop Franco, who had raped a nun for many months together. And when she came out, she was threatened, and the church also stood with the bishop, not with the victim.
Yeah.
This every cases this is happening. The church is always standing with the bishops and priests who are sexual predators, and not standing with the victims who are poor women who have no right, or they don't have avenues to complain. Such things happen in churches, and people don't those who are associated with the churches, they don't give much, they try to oppress their voice. That is the painful aspect.
Yes. So